All right, and welcome back to the Logical Idiots podcast. I am Austin. I'm not gonna say I'm a host because honestly, at this point, I don't think we're gonna have a game show host for a few episodes. We like telling stories. It's been kind of fun doing that, and we're gonna be having some people on soon. We were supposed to have someone on this episode, but shit happens, right? So, I'm joined here by Grant.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm an uncle.
Yeah. By the way, let's go. We'll discuss that in a second. And I'm also joined here with Mason.
Did you know he's my uncle?
Who's the father?
You don't want to know that.
It's me. No, I'm kidding. You're older than me. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Carry the
Doesn't make sense, does it?
No. So anyway, yeah, Grant just found out today that he's gonna be he's an uncle. His little nephew was what? 50 pounds, 2 ounces, right?
Oh yeah, just about the weight of a dumbbell.
Just about. Bro, imagine if that was you're having a baby and it's literally just a fucking dumbbell falls out. Just a lot.
Just like one side at a time, just like boom, and it's like hanging out. To the other side, boom, and then on the ground, just rattling around,
and it just starts crying,
making whatever a fucking dumbbell baby makes. I can't even imagine a noise besides just like metal screeching. You know what I mean?
Imagine like that wasn't the baby that wasn't an actual baby. The baby's still in there, but it's just a fucking gym bro in the womb.
Oh my. Corrupting my nephew with like CrossFitter ideals.
It's taking roids in the womb so they can be like this bulky shit comes out.
A fucking trend baby.
Oh, okay. So anyway, today we're gonna be kind of like discussing some stories. I think we're gonna start off with like a theater story from me and Grant because we did theater for like a lot of years.
Yeah. For me, it was
pinnacle of high school.
For me, it was at least 7.
It was. So I think it was 6 for me. It was 3 in middle school. Me both did 3, and then I only did 3 years in high school because I took that freshman year off because that's when my grandma died, and I was kind of in a rough place. Like dude, I'm not sure if I actually told you this. She died during show week, so I'm so glad I didn't get the part because I would have been an emotional mess during show week.
Yeah. Oh, dude, you don't even remember it. I remember the lead in the show, his dad, which is a teacher there, so you know him.
Yeah.
Had a heart attack.
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about now.
Yeah, had a heart attack like the show night.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah. Anyway. So, what story should we start off with, Grant?
Hey, it's up to you. I have one in the trigger.
Should we start off light and just talk about the abuse that I had to deal with during my 7th grade? So,
abuse? Who abused you, my child?
Okay, you're already getting in character. I love it. Okay, so basically for this play, Grant played my father, and he played a holy man. He was a priest. And so we were cracking jokes the entire time, making fun of me, and I called him an abusive father, right? So he took that to heart, and we were walking down the hallway. He grabs my backpack and just launches me, like Hulk launches me straight into a locker. And by the way, I'm horizontal at this point when he launches me. I am fully horizontal, and I am
it's like the old starfish mines where they like run and like jump sideways against the lockers.
Yeah, I'm literally like 2 feet, 3 feet in the air from how far he launched me. Like it was insane. He had like some Hulk strength and some anger behind that shit, but it's like face planted against the locker, and I just like dropped.
I'm a method actor, you know. I'm the next Christian Bale.
Bro played a pimp. I'm not even kidding. He has so many God. He literally played the role of a priest very well, like a Catholic priest, because he had so many young girls around him.
Oh yeah.
Is that okay to say on this podcast?
I don't know. I think we decide what's okay to say on this.
That's fair enough. Yeah, we've said worse.
I don't know. and implying the molestation of small children is pretty out there.
Yeah, but it's a true thing for the Catholic Church. So we're just pointing out facts at this point.
And I'm a representative of the church. I'm a fellow of the cloth, of course. So
Anyway, so that was our first story. Yeah, it was kind of a small one. We just kind of started off light, Mason, do you have any like stories or whatever? Or should we just keep going with it?
Not off the top of my head, I'd have to think a little bit, but
Yeah.
what plays have you guys done?
So many. So many.
Wow.
So what was your first one, Grant? Because I know my first one was your second one.
My first show. Oh, I'm trying to think of the exact title. It's something about Broadway. Like the word Broadway's in the title.
Oh,
And it was about.
I know what you're talking about. I can't remember what it's called either.
Yeah, I can't remember. It's been. I mean, it was 6th grade. It's a long time.
I remember my first
participated.
one. It was so good.
I participated in 11 shows.
Uh-huh.
So it's kind of hard to remember each one.
Yeah.
Especially when I get to high school.
Oh,
because
yeah.
we were alternating between musicals and plays.
It was so bad.
And
bro.
it's just such a jumbled mess in my head.
Dude, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with my story, I guess, whatever. So when I first met Grant was my 6th grade, his 7th grade. We met in theater. Our first show was called what was it? We'll Be Right Back After This Murder.
Oh yeah.
I love that place so much.
Oh, so good.
So it's a comedy about how it's a murder mystery, and holy shit, is it so funny. Dude, I could not get through the first fucking page, like the first paragraph, without losing my shit when we were at rehearsal, like or tryouts. We were trying to read it. This dude got killed in every single fucking way imaginable. He got shot, stabbed, run over, electrocuted, and a bunch of other poisoned and a bunch of other shit. And it was so funny because it was just like, this is so like out there. How do we actually choose who was the real murderer?
He was a mortician's nightmare. Like it was bad. That should have been the show title. Mortician's Nightmare. That would have been a God. Yeah. I should write plays. I'm gonna start writing. I'm gonna become a playwright.
I loved the character that I got because keep in mind, I already have bushy eyebrows. If you see my streams or whatever, I have bushy eyebrows, right? So to really give me that effect of even bushier eyebrows, they drew my eyebrows on even more, and holy fuck, it was more than just caterpillars. It was an entire fucking colony of caterpillars sitting on my face.
Okay, for context, because I assume anyone listening probably has like little to no theater experience, probably. Theater makeup is significantly different from normal makeup because you have to imagine the lights that are on stage are so bright that like the people on stage cannot see the audience.
No, only like the front 2 rows.
Not even that usually. Sometimes, but like not usually.
It depends on how the lighting is, but if it's like a scene's supposed to be in the daytime and everything's supposed to be lit, as an actor, you cannot see the audience sometimes.
Yeah,
and so
you can't even see off stage half the time.
Yeah, and so that just saturates your face with so much light that you have to over exaggerate your makeup.
Yeah,
to where it is caked on.
Dude,
it's like you could take a knife and like scrape it off like you're trying to get kindling for a fire. It's crazy.
No, I'm not even kidding. I went through like half of like a container of makeup remover during our first show.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
So
go ahead.
So the way they had my character was these huge fucking bushy eyebrows, right? And I had to do this one thing where I don't like, you have to lift your eyebrows up and down, kind of like you're like kind of horny and excited kind of thing, right? Like, that one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I had to do that one, bro.
That's a normal expression for me.
Yeah, dude, oh my god, when there was so much shit I had to do for that I fucking loved. I had to like break down in tears and cry or whatever. Like I actually had like an aunt who like went there or whatever, and she thought I was actually fucking bawling my eyes out.
Oh, keep in mind, for this show that we're talking about, I was a co-lead in the show, so I was the like head detective with another guy.
He was, dude. You killed that role. Like you fucking nailed it.
Oh my god, dude! And the worst part is there was an entire scene
Yes,
that we had to improvise on the
I
spot.
was just about to talk about that. So basically, there was this guy who was like the most unreliable fuck you could ever meet.
I don't even know that it was the guy. I think it was one of the
No.
sisters.
It was I'll bleep this part out.
I don't think it was Sam.
No, well,
I'm not gonna lie.
no, it was him, and there's this other guy that had it in like rehearsal. No, sorry,
no. You're thinking of a different show.
no.
You're thinking of a completely different show.
No, I know what happened. Okay, so was the one in not tryouts, in rehearsal or whatever, in like the what's it called? The rehearsals we have right like the week before the show. Or, like, a few days.
Dress rehearsal.
Dress rehearsals, yes. We had dress rehearsals. He was taking a long ass piss, probably doing some lines or something like that, and he missed his cue.
By the way, dress rehearsals are where we do full costume.
Yes.
To prep for the show.
Yeah, and then during the actual show, it was this other guy. I think his name was like Jack, maybe.
I
can't remember his name.
I love Jack. He's a grade above me.
Yeah. He was like fixing his hair, like doing hairspray, wasn't really paying attention a whole lot, and he missed his cue by a large margin. I was literally trying to hunt him down. I found him in the bathroom, and I literally shoved him onto the like backstage so that he could go onto his line. I'm like, dude, they're improvising. They've been improvising for like the past 3 minutes. Get your ass on stage.
Yeah, no, it was so.
Okay. When I tell you that you guys killed it last night, my parents went to all 3 shows that we did, right? They said the night that you they couldn't tell you guys were improvising it, but they said that night that you improvised it was the best one they'd seen, purely because of that scene.
On stage, there is nothing scarier,
dude. It's bad
than having to improvise, because a lot of times you have the show so like memorized and ingrained that as soon as something isn't like exactly as you would rehearse it or practiced it, your brain just shuts off. So like in hindsight, you could be like, oh, well, I could say this and I could just keep going. But like in that moment, your heart sinks and your brain ceases function.
Dude, Piper was the one that started it.
Oh yeah, she was.
She killed it.
That's because I was waiting for a voice line.
Yeah.
And she gave me the voice line, and so we did the scene without the person that was supposed to be in the scene. Oh, dude, it was absolutely Can you imagine what believe this part out was thinking?
Oh, dude, no, I know what she was thinking because I was in there. He was pissed. He was pissed because I was in his class. No, I wasn't. I had like just talked to him or whatever, like that night or whatever.
Oh, dude.
He was fuming. Oh my god, dude.
He was already
he looked like he was about to clock the kid.
Dude, I mean, they were all at their breaking point. That's why I was the last year that they did it, because they were so tired of all the kids.
No.
No.
Oh yeah, no. You were the last year. Yeah.
I promise, because my parents.
No, you're right.
My parents were like, "Please stay."
Yeah.
Please don't subject them to someone else.
No, you're right. No, here's what. Here's what I said. You got right. Okay, let me rephrase this. Your parents did the right thing because I got subjected to the next one. So
it was bad. I heard how bad that was.
Here's the thing. So we had this lighthearted one, this comedy. Then we had another comedy, like the worst Christmas show ever, or worst Christmas pageant ever, or whatever. Pretty popular one. That's when he played my dad.
I was in the yeah.
That's when you played my dad.
That's when I was the priest. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my 8th grade year.
And that was your 8th grade year. The next year, our old director quits, and we get a new director, and she makes us do a Holocaust one.
Dude, I fucking hate the people like that. Like they are high school or younger kids.
Middle school.
Yeah, and you're making them do things on topics they literally cannot understand.
No.
I understood. Hold on. I understood the Holocaust.
We understood.
No, you cannot tell me that, because you truly did not understand the horror of what happened then at that age.
In 8th grade, I understood. The people in my below us, holy fuck, did they not understand it, because they were like, okay. Every rehearsal during that show, I would walk off with a migraine because
here's
would
the thing, Mason.
fucking vomit.
By 8th grade, I had already seen Schindler's List and
Yeah.
done research and all that stuff. So I knew.
Yes, but there's knowing and understanding.
Yeah.
I
And
understand it.
Sorry, I
Just as
cannot
better now.
understand how
Here-
someone that young could understand a tragedy that big and deep.
Okay, but you gotta understand this. Me and Grant were like,
The difference
we
between
didn't have much of a childhood. We
the
grew up
difference
very
between 8th
fast.
grade. The difference between 8th grade and
explain that
9th
to your
grade is
boys,
not
more
very
about it.
different.
It's really not. But like, me and Grant grew up very mature because we were literally around adults like pretty much 24/7, right? We didn't grow up around people our age. We didn't have much of a childhood. So we understood shit like that pretty well. We knew like how to be serious. But dude, when I say that play for 8th grade was a fucking disaster, so the person who
Every
was
play is a disaster.
no
every show is always a disaster.
I will tell you what happened, right? First off, we go on there, we're expecting another comedy, and we get hit with that shit. We're all caught off guard. First off. Now, they throw, I'm gonna bleep this part out again,
Oh yeah,
they throw him as as the main lead.
dude, that kid could literally the only roles he could play is fucking Frankenstein and Lurch.
Oh my god, you're right. I didn't even think about that. Oh my god.
It's bad. It's really bad, Mason.
Yeah, it's
Like
pretty bad.
it's hard for you to comprehend just how bad it is, Mason.
He literally could play Frankenstein. Frankenstein's monster, sorry. But no, he's not a serious dude, and he could not get his shit together. Then they throw this guy to play my father on there, right? And the dude is such
after the trauma of me, he just couldn't handle a new dad.
No. You were, compared to your abuse, you were nice. So he had to play this character where he had to slap me, right? Now this dickhead decided one day that he was gonna come in with the most pent up anger and just take the fucking piss out of me with a slap. Bro literally hit me so hard it fucking knocked me down.
Damn.
Like, I'm not even kidding. It was a fucking hard ass slap, and I was like, I actually had like tears in my eyes. But I kept going. The show must go on, right? I kept going through it, and literally after that, he got kicked from the role. They hired this new guy who was younger than me, who fucking sucked. But then they also had to put in a fake slap because of that.
Yeah, if only I had been there.
Dude, oh my, I'm not even kidding.
I would have set that precedent from the very start that I was gonna smack the shit out of you.
Like, it was he usually did like good slaps. I never minded like the original slaps. But I mean, like, bro, my jaw hurt for like a week after that slap. It made Chris Rock, oh no, not Chris Rock, it made Will Smith look like a fucking, like, the inflatable punching glove or whatever. You know, like the one that like it looks like hitting like paper. That's the kind of shit that he made like that slap look like, bro. It was fucking hard, and he was wearing a ring too. So, dude, like, bro, literally fucking killed me, bro, with that shit. But yeah, it was bad.
Okay. Back to the topic at hand, because Mason asked a question earlier that we never really gave a good response to. That was what shows have we done? Okay, so it's like been intermittent, but the shows I've done is something about Broadway. I can't remember what it was.
Yep.
And then We'll Be Right Back After This Murder. And
we
then
did that together.
The worst Christmas story ever.
Yep. And then I did that. I've never seen another butterfly. That was the Holocaust one, and then that was you did freshman year. So what was that one for you?
Okay, so my freshman shows were The Addams Family.
Yep.
And Failure, a Love Story.
Mm-hmm.
Failure, a Love Story is a fantastic show.
Mm-hmm.
It's so odd because it's about this guy who stumbles upon this family, and he falls in love with like the first sister, and then that sister dies. And then he falls in love with the other sister, and then that sister dies. Then he falls in love with the third sister, and then that sister dies.
Stop going after that family at that point, bro. Find a new family.
Bro, literally.
There's got to be some kind of disease at that point that's going around with that family.
But I have a great story about that show in particular. So we'll go on to our joint shows.
So, freshman year for me, that was the year I tried out for the first one, got to callbacks, didn't make it, and then during the show week for that one, my grandma died, so I didn't do the spring one as well. So what were those ones? Those were the
That was Anatomy of Grey.
Anatomy of Grey and the nun one.
Oh, the Sister Act.
Sister Act, that's what it was. And then this is where we actually go back to theater together again. This is where we finally, after 2 years of not being able to see each other, we actually become good friends at this point.
Yeah, that was my sophomore year. Oh,
it was your sophomore year. This is actually where we like became friends again.
Yeah, so you went straight into crew.
No, I didn't.
In high school.
No,
you didn't.
We did fuck, what was it called?
I didn't do another.
No, it was the one where Emma was the that main lead.
Oh yeah. Where she's blind.
Yeah.
Oh, Lights Out.
No, it's not Lights Out.
It's something like that. I have the poster. I could like try and find it real quick. But...
Yeah. I have an old shirt at my. It's not Lights Out because that's a movie. It's
yeah, but it's something along those lines. Where like the poster is like a candle.
It's like something dark.
Oh yeah. You're right.
Fuck.
I can't remember.
I don't know. We'll look at it. We'll figure it out some other time. We'll probably figure it out during this podcast. We'll remember it.
Yeah.
But we did that when I played a minor role as like a cop. I had like 5 lines at the end of the play.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Dude, oh my! I have a story for this. So, remember when we were doing sneaks?
Yes.
So basically, for anyone who doesn't know, sneaks is basically where you do a preview to the entire school. Where you do like a single scene. And
we
just call
it that. What the fuck?
We called it sneaks. It's basically just a preview so that people want to go to the show.
Yeah, we just did a matinee, and anyone in the high school who wanted to see it could come see it during the day.
Yeah. So keep in mind, right? I have to get dressed, even though I'm not going to be in this part. I have to get dressed as it, just so I can walk up on stage and bow. So I am dressed in like a 1980s looking cop costume. It is like a beat cop kind of costume. It is pretty bad.
Wait until dark.
Yes, that's what it is. Wait until dark. So anyway, I'm dressed up in this beat cop, right? And I realize, fuck, I left my shoes for this costume in my truck. Now, the way it worked at our school was to go out to your truck in the middle of the day, you had to go to the dean's office to get a pass, and then go out. Now, I'd never been to the dean's office because I was a good kid. I didn't go till junior year.
Dude, that was me sophomore year.
I'm not gonna tell that story because you already know what happened. I'd rather not discuss it on this one because it's stupid. It was the fucking dumbest reason I've ever heard. I'll tell you after, Mason.
Dude, I would love to describe my experience in the dean's office though, whenever we get the chance, because it is fantastic.
Oh, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes, oh my god, we can tell that in a minute.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I went to the dean's office, right? And I walk into the dean, and he's on the phone. He's like, fuck off, kind of thing, right? He pushed me away. I'm like, what? Okay, I thought I was supposed to get a pass from you. I didn't realize he had a secretary I was supposed to talk to get the pass. So I just walked straight into Butter's office when he's on the phone in a cop costume.
Laugh out loud.
And so I finally, I get the pass, right? And she's just like, are you doing the play? I'm like, yeah. She's that makes sense. So I'm walking out, right? And dude, I'm not even kidding. Two girls who I know were like selling cigarettes in the bathroom. Like I've heard about them, right? They were like down by the door, and their faces just go pale. Like it is ghost white as I am walking past them in it with a goatee, right? This is where I had my beard. I finally had my goatee going in at that point, and I am wearing a cop costume, walking past them. They're thinking I'm fucked. And so I walk straight past them, and they're like, oh, he wasn't after us, thank God. And then I go out to my truck, and they're still there, right? They're like, oh God, he keeps walking back. And I had to sign back in, and they're like, why are you here?
I definitely would have said quit selling cigarettes.
No. Well, she was right by the secretary, so I didn't want to like out them immediately. I wasn't gonna be that much of a dick, right? Even though I should have been in hindsight, but I wasn't gonna be. So I went out to, or I had to like sign in, and the secretary's like, why are you here? And I'm like, I'm part of this play, and she was panicked too. She's like, oh, thank God, and I was like, what do you mean, thank God? What is that supposed to mean?
Thank God this kid's not a cop.
Yeah, I was like, okay,
The secretary, she thought the ops were on her.
yeah, exactly.
She was getting ready to
He
run.
was secretly like in charge of the whole cigarette operation.
Yeah, so I was like,
All
okay.
all the vapes were kept in her desk, not on hers.
And the best part was too, like that was already good, but then like when I first walked into the dean's office, right, it was completely empty, right.
Mm-hmm.
When I walked in the second time to return the pass, it was not empty. There were like 3 kids in there, and the amount of like, oh god, shit just got real. When I walked in there, it was priceless. I wish I could have taken a picture of their faces when they saw me. And keep in mind, this is not a realistic cop costume at all. Like the fact that you could like think this was a costume or like an actual cop.
Literally laughable.
It was laughable.
It's literally laughable.
It is literally like you know, like if you've ever seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine, it's like the cop costumes that they wear, like the beat cops wear, and like in the background extras or whatever. That's the type of shit I was wearing.
It's like some fucking like
those are real looking outfits.
No.
Oh, Brooklyn Nine-Nine is what I'm saying.
No. But like our cops in our hometown, they're like Kevlar. They got like sheriff's office. That's what they look like in like literally everyone. They do not wear what I was wearing.
The costumes that you wear in theater, the cop costumes, are like literally off the shelf from a Halloween store.
Yeah,
like it's literally like
it's that bad.
It's that outright.
Ours had been passed down generation to generation. Like we rarely got new clothing. You had to go down into this danky fucking basement, and you had to crawl into a space that half the people in the school couldn't fit into.
I got another story to tell because you just reminded me of something. But go ahead.
You had to go back in there, and then you had to sort through hundreds of bins and racks of clothes trying to find something that you need that also fits you, because unless you're bringing it from home, you ain't gonna have anything.
Yeah,
it was the shittiest little place, and it was literally like right behind, because our teachers had 2 teachers' places, break rooms.
Yep.
One was upstairs that was also sometimes used for home ec, and the other one was in the basement when they wanted privacy away from the students. And there's literally just like a fucking 3 to 4 foot gap in the wall that just leads to this back space where they've somehow managed to throw a bunch of clothes and shit.
Oh, dude, I have so many stories about this. Okay, I got so many stories I want. We have to really like. I think we can go to like an hour and a half with this episode. To be honest, we got so many.
Honestly, I'm not even slowing down. Like every time you guys speak, I think of something else.
Yes,
I know you guys are gonna keep going, so I just want to get my quick things out of the way and let you guys tell your stories, because I don't have as many.
Oh, we have plenty of stories. So,
but I'll direct you to Discord. Give you some visuals.
Okay.
The first ever play or anything I did was just a background role where I played just a random person in Cinderella.
Bro,
I did learn how to ballroom dance.
Bro, you look like Sergeant Pyle in fucking.
Yes, I did not fit that suit. That's why I brought that up, because I had to find a suit that fit, and none of them fit.
You look like the guy who goes to prom, and then his date just goes up to another guy and starts dancing with him instead, and you just standing there next to the punch bowl.
Oh my God. Hold on. I'm
Is
about
that
to
a bow tie?
Hold on.
Hey, don't you be dissing the bow tie.
Guys, hold on. You're about to see the most incredible.
I swear to God, if you pull up the picture of me in 7th grade, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Mason, I'm so sorry.
Is that the guy from
Polar Express?
Polar Express. Yes. Oh my God! Holy shit, that is hilarious.
Then that next spring,
he just ignores it.
We did Aladdin, and they gave me a fat suit because I had.
Are you the Sultan?
No, I was a merchant that Aladdin talks to at the very beginning of the show. And I was supposed to be very fat, but I was a very skinny child, so they gave me a fat suit with very prominent nipples.
Oh, what the actual
Bro's got his
fuck?
headlights on. What the fuck is that? He got his high beams on.
Yeah, they gave me a fat suit that had the most biggest nipples you could ever make.
Bro,
Dude, that's like fat bastard like you go back and you watch the Austin Powers movies and like this is what I
Yeah,
imagine like, and this is what the fat suit looks like.
That's
What
it
the
looks like,
hell?
bro. That's so bad.
If you were oiled up, like if you like didn't have the shirt on, you were oiled up, you would literally be like fucking Mike Myers.
I really wanted a main role, so I was taking whatever they threw at me.
Hey man, you gotta take what you can
Yeah,
get.
so I dealt with the fat suit no matter how annoying it was because I knew I looked fucking stupid.
Dude, I can
Oh, that's
imagine
amazing.
dealing with that. I deal with it every day.
Then next fall we did Annie, where
Oh, God.
because
Please
of
tell
a
me you were
because-
Annie. Please tell me you were Annie.
only if.
Nickelback
love-
being
But-
like Mother Mary and fucking
Yes, I love that joke so much. I sent him a video that was like talking about like making a joke. It's like, oh yeah, did you know the lead singer of Nickelback like was what was it called?
He
like-
participated in the
Nativity?
fucking-
Nativity
yeah.
scenes, yes, yeah. And he was like, he played all these things. He even played Mario once. That was kind of controversial. Ooh, and he goes, yeah, I guess he never made it as a wise man.
God, bro.
I sent that to
wise
Grant on
man.
stream, and all I hear is "fuck you" after watching it.
But because of a town of 2,000 people, the kids were very picky because obviously every kid that was interested in theater, if they didn't want to be like sound, stage crew, whatever, they wanted a big role, obviously.
Of course,
Of course.
But-
as everyone does.
Because of that, Annie doesn't have that many big roles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's literally
Yeah,
just
yeah.
Annie.
So
Nobody wants to be tree number 3.
a lot of them dropped out. So I ended up having 3 roles.
Yes.
I don't have pictures for all of them, but first I was a homeless man.
Dude, I
Okay.
wish you had
So
I wish you
Zane,
had like the
got it.
half and half where like you like stand like
Yeah,
like,
stand sideways. Just quickly flip around.
I love those plays so much. It's so funny, bro. Have you ever seen How I Met Your Mother when Barney's brother does that?
Yes,
Holy
yes.
shit, he kills it. He's so funny.
Or when Barney and Ted stick half beards together. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's so good.
But then I was a laundryman that worked for the orphanage.
Uh-huh.
But finally, surprisingly, I gotta be fucking president of the United States.
That's
me,
going to the
it's-
ground so fast.
It's really bright, but I'm the one in the middle. Obviously, the redheaded chick is Annie.
Dude,
Oh, why
im-
bro, I'm not
imagine
gonna
if-
lie. You're in like SS uniforms, bro. What in the world is this?
Yeah, the guy on the left looks like he's a fighter pilot in World War II.
Yep.
Yeah, and you literally just look like a Nazi.
No,
So that was kind of my first break.
If
you're
Mason-
one arm raise away.
if Mason literally like if he was US president, he'd be like, okay, don't hit this big red button. This is to launch nukes to China.
I would hit it.
I'm
so
gonna hit the big red button. Slap.
Like
I'm gonna
I would hold off at first. I'd be like, all right. Then after about a week, I would be secretly
You would not
smoking
last
weed
a week.
in my
You would-
office.
No. You
No,
would
no,
not
no,
last
no.
a week.
I
You
would
would
last
wait
a
until
week.
everyone else left the room, and you're like, I'm gonna tap it.
No. I think I'd wait on that. There's some other things that I might not wait on. Like I would probably immediately, the moment I was alone, start lighting up shit. I would smoke so much weed in the Oval Office. That's the dream.
Jerk off in the Oval Office.
Dude, fucking
Dude,
you can do whatever you
yes.
want. You're the fucking president.
Yes. Oh my god, I would love that. Lock all the doors. All the cams are on you. Fuck you, you can watch too. It's like the Wolf of Wall Street. Hey, look at the camera.
Enjoy the
bitch.
show.
Yeah,
Enjoy the show, ladies.
Oh no.
At
Okay,
that
so-
point, it doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. You're so masculine and dominant. They're all women to you. There's so much testosterone.
So
You make men look like women with your testosterone levels.
So back to like the stories at hand for like theater.
I've got two last ones. I'm
you
sorry.
got two last ones? Okay.
Two last ones. One of them has a story. The other one's just quick.
Okay.
So before I get to the last one that I participated in, my dad is the one who got me into theater because his parents didn't let him do it as a child.
He was living vicariously through you.
They're a lot more open now, obviously, because the times have changed. But so when two of my sisters in this picture, the girls on the right and left are my sisters. This was for Oliver.
I thought you were that guy for a second.
I
was like,
I
bro, what
guarantee,
changed?
I guarantee in 20 years I will look exactly like him.
Yeah, probably.
But my dad, they needed an adult to be. I don't remember. I have not watched Oliver in so long, but there was a guy. He was like fucking king of the homeless or some shit.
King of the homeless.
I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've seen Oliver. I was not in that play. But
you must get the last corn on the cob that's been half eaten. You deserve all the food. It's like Queen
King of
Bee,
the
bro.
homeless. It's just the king of the homeless. It's just a rat with a French fry. Running around.
I would love that, bro. That's so fun.
But
Dude,
whatever.
Austin, look at this brick back here. Shameful.
Oh my
shameful.
god, that is, dude. That's like what we got in like middle school.
Yeah, yet again, we did not have money, as I explained our closet to you.
You didn't have money for fucking paint?
Dude, everything we did, someone outside of the school had to pay for.
Same.
So our director's husband, who was like the most popular cop in town, he's the one who paid for all the painting and stuff. And he came in whenever he could with his wife, and they made shit. So it wasn't exact. We did the best we could.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. You just said your director's husband, and then you said he came in with his wife. Are those the same people?
Yes.
What?
Why did you talk about them as if they were different?
I've been drinking. Leave me alone.
Yeah,
but his character was like, he had to yell. Like, all he did was yell. And my dad made 15 kids cry while practicing the play, and then at every single show night had several parents leave with their children because the children were terrified of him.
That's amazing.
That's how demanding he was. He yelled,
bro, that is like Full Metal Jacket.
If you're gonna be the king of the homeless, you gotta have a booming voice.
Yeah, that's when I first started to gain respect for theater and my dad. But for the last play that I was in before I dropped out, I had finally gotten somewhat of a big break. Yeah, we're fine now. It's fine.
Okay,
it happened.
Yeah.
So it was Night at the Wax Museum. It was just Night at the Museum, but with wax figures instead of museum things.
I know this one, yeah.
And there is no main lead, so to say.
Mm-hmm.
There was a group of main leads, because every single person who played a historical wax figure was a lead, and then the people against the wax figures were the leads.
Yeah.
And
who would be against Robin Williams?
God, I don't know. I don't think anyone can stand up against Robin
Dementia.
Williams. Fuck you.
Yeah. Pills.
I'm
so sorry. That was fucked up. That was
messed up. For some reason, no one in my high school was willing to do everyone who tried to do a pirate voice would just go, "Arr, I'm a pirate." That's the most amount of effort they put in.
Are you fucking kidding me?
So I came out there because
is tragic.
Because you both know me. I love pirates. I've always been a big pirate guy.
Yeah, One Piece.
So I immediately came out there. I made my voice as gruff as I could for how young I was, and I did actually a not bad fucking Blackbeard impression. So I got that, and then the shitty
bro pulled a RDJ in Tropic Thunder, bro.
Dude, straight up.
Oh my god.
Wait, you actually did it?
No.
Okay. I hope you know what you just said you agreed to.
I was about to say, do you know what you just admitted to doing?
But I couldn't find
in Tropic Thunder, RDJ does blackface.
I am the one on the ground because the other guy was as close as you can get to a main character. Funny enough, I don't know if you'll have to bleep it, but his name is also Mason.
I'm not gonna.
I won't
um,
say his last name.
Yeah, we've been dropping last names like nuclear
But-
bombs during the World War II, bro.
True.
So me and that Mason straight up practiced every day, and we practiced sword fighting, and we actually got pretty damn good at it.
And now
Oh
you're
my
really
God.
good at sword
So
fighting, huh?
we had a 15 to 20
Whoa.
I'm
minute sword
kidding.
fight.
Sorry, that was uncalled for. That was out of the blue, bro.
Wait,
And-
Austin, do you remember the swords we found in the fucking prop closet?
Yeah, I was gonna tell this dude. I have a story about the prop closet, and then the up top, the thing I built senior year that I was gonna talk about after Mason's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just finish it up. Yeah, so that was my big break. Is that I got to be Blackbeard. I was one of the lead members, and that was the most like that is going to like that is a core memory for me. Is that I got to have a sword fight in front of everyone in my town, and even though I lost, it was for the plot. I had to lose.
Bro, yeah, that's fair.
Bro, I had
But
plot armor.
I-
Don't worry,
but-
Mason. I believe
but-
in your sword fighting skills.
I stole. You can't tell
I've
very
seen him
well. but
firsthand. No, I'm kidding.
Whoa.
I am wearing a trench coat in that, and I still have it to this day.
Nice.
Wait,
I-
trench coat is in like
I
school shooter, or trench coat is in like
Oh my god.
like Lawrence
Like-
Fishburne.
pirate captain trench coat.
Great, that's so fucked up.
Like here, I actually like
What?
seriously. I
That's
like
a valid question.
I stole it from my high school. Like my best friend was like, "Hey,
So let me get
I
this. Let me get this
steal
straight right
shit
now.
all the time."
No, let me get this straight, right? So you went to a theater that could not afford anything, and so you decided to take shit.
Yes, we all did it. We're pretty sure we're the reason why.
Or just funding, like from the school, but yeah.
I can get you a.
So
I still have it to this day.
nice. Okay, that looks good.
I-
That
I-
looks like Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Yeah, genuinely, that's how it made me feel.
I would like to
And-
say my question was valid.
I
Yeah,
handmade
it was. It was.
the base trench coat was its own, but I added all those black fibers and buttons.
Okay, so moving on to the story, I want to transition over to. I'm not sure if you're actually there for this one, Grant. I don't think you were in the room at this point. So we had this elevator that would take us to this basement, right? In this basement, we had a prop closet.
It wasn't just an elevator; it was a freight
It
elevator,
was a freight elevator, yeah.
right? So people like whenever you go down it, like when you're seniors, you stop the elevator and sign the wall. So
I
as you're
didn't do
going down
that.
it, you suck.
Well, to be fair, I didn't want to be associated with theater in my senior year anymore.
Well,
I'll
as
get
so
to that.
as you're going down the freight elevator, you see everyone's signatures from like the years before you.
Yeah. So,
Continue.
I think this was sophomore year. We were going down. We were putting something up for the play or whatever. We were like putting shit back. And I'm like in there with a few friends or whatever, and I'm like, "Hey guys, can you help me move this stuff or whatever so I can get this back?" They're like, "Yeah," and they don't do shit. I think they do, but they don't do shit. So I'm bringing it in. I put shit down, and I'm like, "Oh god, I have to climb up on this thing, right?" So I climb up on this thing. I put it on top. We're good. I start climbing down, and all of the sudden, there's like 5 doors. These are heavy ass doors that just fucking slam against me. And like as I'm touching the ground, these doors fall on me and literally launch me up onto this fucking shelf, and my back goes straight against the wall. And I just have like 5 doors on top of me that I'm so winded at the point. I'm like, I literally cannot get them off of me. And I see
Dude, we
people
had- we
just
had a-
rushing over me.
We had a real Looney Tunes ass time in theater, didn't we, bro?
Dude, it was literally chaotic as fuck. It was pretty bad.
If you imagine a cartoon theater, that was what me and Austin's experience was.
Oh no! Wait till this next story that I tell you, because this one literally describes a loony. This is straight out of a Roadrunner and the Wild Coyote kind of shit.
Well-
So, this next one happened at the end of my junior year. The director wanted to build a costume closet upstairs in this little walk thing. The only way to get up there was through this fucking weak ass ladder that did not support you very well, right?
I remember like hauling those like pieces up.
So this happened when like we were doing this in the middle of our actual like theater class and not during rehearsal. I was building this, and I got this like sophomore, I think, or freshman or sophomore, or whatever, to help me. And he's basically my protege. I was going to teach him how to do construction crew. Grant did the same for me. I wanted him to be my protege. He didn't end up doing it after this shit, but it happens. So I'm like, okay, so we need to build this shelf. We can either build it upstairs, and where it's actually gonna be easy when we get all the pieces up there, or we can build it downstairs where it's not gonna be as hot, but we're gonna have a hell of a time carrying this shit up and getting it through the door, which isn't gonna fit, and possibly breaking it. So obviously we chose the first option, right? As you do.
As a silly man does.
So my dumbass, before thinking about it, I didn't cut before we brought it up there. We just brought everything up there and we were gonna cut up there. So we get all the boards up, and first off, we get all the boards and screws and everything up there. It's a fucking mess. It takes forever, but we finally get up there. I'm like, okay, next we need to get this table so I can actually cut something on, right? So keep in mind, there's a pulley system to get up there. I didn't fucking see the pulley system. Like an idiot. So my plan was to tie the fucking what do you call it? Like the trailer tie downs that you get.
Yeah,
like
ratchet straps.
Ratchet straps, yes, that's what they're called. So we took ratchet straps and wrapped the fuck out of this table with it, and like had a thing or whatever, so we can pull it from the top and lift it up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now keep in mind, first off, this
Kind of retarded.
Yeah, it was a bad plan from the start. But so here's how it was: we had the freshman or whatever who wasn't that strong, so I had to go up there and I had to climb the ladder and then start pulling, right? But we wanted to make sure, it was a weak table, so we didn't want to make sure it wouldn't just break or like fall down and break. So our plan was to put these two scrawny girls right under the table.
Oh no!
While we were lifting it, so that they could catch it and not get concussions.
Yes. See, that's the difference between me and you, Austin. I was always the one under the table. I made sure I was the only one in danger when I was in charge.
I should have, but at the same time, the bro could not have pulled this table up, and the girls couldn't. Even with all three of them, they probably would not have been able to get it up there. I was the strongest one out of all of them, so I had to be the one to pull it. Now,
I was always the one in danger, Mason. I put myself in danger to protect everyone else. I
only ever did the acting part. Yeah. I never did any other crew stuff.
I did both. So
I did both too. Great. You remember that? Remember that girl that used to tutor?
Yeah.
She was one of the girls that we put under that table.
Yeah, you've told me this. Yeah.
Yeah. So first up,
she would literally. That's like a mosquito.
She would have gotten snapped like a twig if that table fell.
That poor girl.
That poor girl, bro.
As it was falling, she couldn't have multiplied 7 by 8 in her head. Shout out to her. I hope she's doing well. I hope she figured it out.
She's a good girl. She's a nice girl.
I tried so hard to help her. I really did. I tried so hard, dude. You don't understand.
I could see when me and Logan would walk in there and ask for help or whatever. I could see the pain in your eyes from just tutoring her.
Well, dude, she wasn't even in your grade. She was like grades below you.
She was a freshman, I think.
Yeah, when I tutored her, she was a freshman.
Yeah, and you were a senior.
And yeah, I was a senior. She literally came into high school. She did not know her times tables. Bless her soul. I'm not even kidding. Like I literally had to teach her times tables.
I was literally watching there, and you know when like like your dad's like, hold the fucking flashlight like this, right? That was kind of how Grant was getting with that girl because he was getting so fed up with her stupidity.
I just wanted her to do well.
He was in a library and he was about to start yelling at her to fucking do it right.
All I wanted was for her to do well.
What is 3 + 7? I don't know. What is 3 + 7? Starts bawling.
It was literally like that too.
Yeah.
I didn't get angry because I knew she was like a really worse for wear.
Yeah.
So like I never got angry, but I did sometimes
get frustrated.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. I was like,
I could hear the pain in your voice when you would talk to us because you're like when we say we need your help, you're almost like, thank God, I need to get out of here. But anyway,
well, no, it was like a double-edged sword because it'd be like, okay, these fucking idiots are either gonna fuck something up or this girl is going to not know her times tables for the rest of her life.
Yeah.
And like I had to weigh the two options.
You're like, just figured it out. Like that was literally his thing.
Yeah,
He's like, just figure the fucking thing out by yourselves.
Yes. The most said phrase was, "You'll figure it out."
Yeah, literally.
Or I'd like quickly explain it and then go back to trying to tutor her.
Yeah. So anyway, we're lifting this table up, and immediately I could tell I did not tie it down well because the table just flips upside down the second we start lifting it.
A classic moment.
And I was like, how in the world did that happen? So we're like hoisting it, right? And I'm like, I'm putting in the work to get this thing up. And this kid's just like struggling, bro. It's like he's playing tug of war against the. I have another story about high school. I'll tell you in a second. That just reminded me.
No, I got the next one.
Okay, no. After
I
that.
got the
Okay,
next
here,
one.
I'll say it this way: we would play at tug of war, during my senior year or whatever, and we put our entire O line against freshmen. Actually, the entire like every school year or whatever, dude. When I say we took down, so we had the freshmen, the juniors, and the sophomore, and we even went up against the faculty. They added 2 more people on top of ours, and they were all wearing gloves. We all took them down and passed the line below 5 seconds each time.
Or garbage.
It was a bloodbath. Well, I mean, like, dude, we had guys like 300 pounds, and then we also had guys who were like, we had like Max, who were literally just like 200 pounds of pure muscle, bro. Like, they were not getting that.
Dude, Max is like a walking thumb. He's just like more attractive.
Dude, he's so good. But anyway, so we start lifting this table, right? And this kid is struggling, but I'm putting my work into it, and it finally starts coming up, right? And I'm like, okay, hold this thing fucking tight, right? And I'm like, I do not want this to drop on these girls.
I just remembered another fantastic story that you'll love, Austin.
Is it the Sam one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it. Yep. So anyway, I'm like, hold this thing tight. If this thing falls, not only is it gonna break, those girls are fucked down there. They're not getting out of the way. There's no room for them to move out of the way in time. Because like, you have to picture this, right? We have an entire wall of shit just blocking their way of backing up. So they will literally have to run to the left, which means one of the girls is blocking the other one. So one of the girls was gonna get hit either way if this thing fell. And the one on the very edge was the girl you tutored, so she wasn't moving out of the way because she would have just frozen.
No, she literally would have looked up there like a deer in headlights. Just, You can dodge a table, you can dodge a ball.
Step on a stick.
Yeah.
Fucking gone. Bright ass fucking car moving 60 miles per hour. I kind of want to see how things go.
Yeah.
6,000 pound steel death machine coming at you at 90 miles an hour. Blank face.
Yeah,
Like,
so
it's
anyway,
so stupid.
yeah. So anyway, I'm like, hold this thing tight. And he goes, okay, I got it.
Let's
I
go
let
immediately.
go, and I'm not even kidding. He moves a solid foot forward from just not holding tight enough. And I grab it again just in time. I'm like, dude, next time I say hold it tight, you better. I'm not even kidding. At that point, I'm like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna tie this shit around you. So if this falls, you go over the railing instead of letting it drop on the girls. Because that way, you know, I'm making sure you don't let this shit go. I literally tied it around him. So he like
The ultimate your ass is grass moment.
literally, I was like, I'm not losing this table or letting these girls get out of the way, right? So I grab it and I like Hulk. I know, like, so you know, like Attack on Titan where he's like carrying the giant boulder. That's the shit I had to do with this table. Like I had to like lift it and carry it like that through the fucking doorway.
I've done something like that a time or two.
And the entire time, right? This kid, like, he wasn't paying attention. So once I grabbed it, he's like, "Oh, okay, I'm good." This thing is still tied to him. So I am dragging him along as I am carrying this thing. Like, why is there so much weight on this thing?
Oh my god. God,
So
why is this thing so heavy?
So I am dragging him along. Like, why is there so much force like pulling against me right now? I just completely forgot sanity. So I'm like walking back, and I look back, and he is like on his knees trying to untie the shit from him.
That's hilarious.
Because when I pulled that up, bro, I was like, this thing is heavy. I'm gonna get there fast. So I yanked that shit. So immediately he just fell over.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, and then like after we put the shit down, we untie it, right? Our director comes up there and he goes, "Why don't you just use the pulley system?" I'm like, "What pulley system?" And he points at it, and I'm like, "Motherfucker."
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know we had one either until you said
I'm not
it.
gonna lie, bro. It wouldn't have even supported it because this thing was more like this thing was like a bungee cord. This shit was not getting that
Oh,
table
yeah.
up there.
We don't get told anything, bro.
No, we do not. It was
All right.
it was such a mess.
Okay, so which one do you want me to tell first? Austin, do you want me to tell the wall story or do you want me to tell the fly rail story?
They're both pretty good.
I'll just choose one. Mason, choose one.
Mason, choose one.
Wall or fly rail?
Second one.
Fly rail?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so for anyone who doesn't know, fly rails is the rail system in theater that the curtains are hung on so that you can like open and close the curtains or bring things like up and down on the stage.
Yep.
Right? And basically what they are is just a giant rope, like a giant loop with pulleys and weight, like a counterweight. Okay? So that the weight of the curtain is offset by the weight on the counterweight, and so that it moves smoothly as you're pulling it up and down. And so for a lot of shows that I was the construction crew head for our theater department for 2 years. So pretty much every show that I was the construction crew head, during the show there wasn't a lot for me to do. So I worked the fly rail. Most of the time I did it by myself. Like I was the only person on the fly rail working it. I did a damn good job too.
Yeah, you did.
So so at the end of the shows, whenever you take like curtains and stuff off that aren't needed anymore, the counterweights on those fly rails are now like too heavy for the weight that's on the actual rail system. So they either move really fast or it is like pulling the weight of the world.
Like Atlas, bro.
No, it is terrible. And
yeah,
like
it's pretty bad.
I'm trying to think on the grand
oh my god, dude, it's so bad.
Like the grand curtain, it's like they didn't weight it like perfectly, so it's still really heavy. But there's like 1,000 pounds of counterweight on the grand curtain. So if we brought the grand curtain down and untied it, and somebody was holding on to it, they would literally go flying. And that brings me into my next point. Someone did go flying.
Oh.
I love this story so much because I saw it happen and I was dying laughing. OSHA would have been so angry.
Oh my god. So we weren't on the grand curtain. It was on a different curtain, but it was a really heavy curtain. I think it was legs. And legs are like the side curtains that are smaller that just kind of like block off backstage, but they're still heavy. And so we took the legs off, and so they weren't weighted properly. But they were in a position where the counterweight was at the top of the rail system. Okay? So that means it was moved down really easily.
And so I'm just picturing this. I'm losing. I can't keep it together, bro.
So, and to get it in position where we could take the legs off, me and 3 guys had to pull these ropes. Right? It was me and like it was us 3. It was 3 guys pulling on these ropes. What?
It was a lot of people. It was you.
No, it was
Sam, right?
it was an incredible amount of weight.
It was so bad
on these things. And so that's what it was. It was the grand curtain rail, but it had another set of curtains attached to it.
Yeah, yes. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know it's from the yeah.
So it was not weighted properly at all. It was awful. So it took 3 guys to get the curtain down so we can unhook the rail, like the legs. And so now we have to pull it back up and re-weight it so that it moves properly. But now that it moves and now that it weighs a lot less, it moves a lot easier. And one of the guys, in his infinite wisdom, yanks on this rope. And when I say yanks, I mean like imagine like you're looking at a rope and you jump up, grab it, and like hang on to it to like put like pressure on it. So he pulls this thing so hard and it goes flying. So this thing is coming down literally at the speed of like gravity. Like it's just in free fall. The guy who did the original yanking has an oh shit moment. Like nothing you have ever seen before in your entire life. It's just the worst experience of his life. he realizes instantly what he's done, and he grabs the other side of the rope, the one that's going like towards the ceiling. So now this like 1,000-pound of weight free fall is coming down on one side, and his 220-pound ass grabs the other side of the rope and just starts flying upwards. And so what I do is I see him go flying, and I'm the construction crew head, so I'm responsible for him. Like his safety is paramount to me. So he's on the side of the rope that's going up, and I see him go up, and I just lock my hands on the side of the rope that's going down, like death grip it, and it yanks, and like my hands go with the rope, obviously, and it goes down into the like the hole that the rope feeds through, so that it goes around the pulley properly. You know what I mean? And so, like, 2 of my fingers are locked inside of this hole with this rope. He's hanging, like, because he was already standing on a platform, like pulling on it. So he's probably 10. He's probably 10 feet in the air. And my hands, I grab the rope and they just pull my hands in. So now my hand is just jammed into the mechanism for the rope, and the weight stops because obviously, like, I'm holding the rope so tightly that it can't, like, the rope isn't moving anymore. So he gets down. He has like some like rope burns on his hands, obviously.
It's so bad
because he's stupid. And I just sit there for a minute because I can't get my hand out. Like my hand is trapped inside of the pulley mechanism for the fly rail. And finally I like wiggle my way free and I just walk away. And our theater director is like following behind me. He's like, "Are you okay? Are you okay? Do you need like a Band-Aid or something?" And I was like, "Coach, I don't think a Band-Aid's gonna fix this." Like,
Band-Aid cannot fix stupidity.
This was a fucking insurmountable fuck up.
Dude, I watched it on the stage and it was so funny because like you just see him, all right, here we go, and then he's just up in the air. You see,
he's literally 10 feet in the air. I'm not lying.
All you see is, all right, we're gonna lower it. Everybody move out of the way. So like you got like it's a huge thing, so you got to move out of the way so it doesn't drop on you and give you concussion, right? Because there's always a chance it just drops, like it fucking did. So everyone's moving out of the way, and all we just see, we look away, we make sure we're like out of the way, and all we just see is Sam just in the air. he just whoa, he's just up in there and just kind of hanging by, like just holding on to it, and Grant's just like trying to like Hulk his way, like he's like stopping, he's like, "Motherfucker, get this shit off of me."
It was really bad.
Oh my god, dude! Every time the Grant tells this story, I lose my shit. I cannot keep it together because it is. I always picture it, dude. I'm not even kidding. When I was like crying, laughing, a bunch of girls just walked by my dorm room and could just see me and just stared at me as I was losing my fucking shit. And I didn't even. I just looked back at them, just like tears in my eyes, just dying laughing. And I just kind of pointed, like, "Hi," and then just like, "Okay," and then just walked away.
So that was the fly rail story.
Oh, dude, it's such a beautiful story.
So now I'll tell you the wall story. So I was the construction crew head, like through all of COVID. Like my first show as construction crew head, we did one show, like one actual show.
Yeah, I remember.
And then it got cut off because of COVID because school got shut down.
Mm-hmm.
So my first show, we did the entire set building, everything. And then it got cut short, which is fine. Like, it happens. Like, I wasn't angry about that.
Yeah.
So we come back from COVID after our break, and we have to take everything down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this particular set was not designed well.
It was so intricate.
Oh yeah, because this was Little Shop of Horrors, wasn't it?
This is Little Shop of... I played the plane.
Yeah,
I was the most defeated in that, I think.
Oh yeah, you were the puppeteer.
I loved doing that shit. It was so fun. And I
believe it. It looked fun.
Dude,
it looked fun.
I'm gonna tell a story after this. But go ahead.
So, Little Shop of Horrors, the set was basically 2 giant quarter circles that rotated on the stage that brought different scenes into focus like at a time, like one at a time or both at the same time or whatever.
Yeah.
And so like, we had to build these giant quarter circles, and they were probably like 15 feet in radius.
Yeah.
So imagine these giant.
No, probably more, bro.
Yeah. Oh, we'll say like 20, just for the
20,
sake of argument. Imagine these. Imagine a 40-foot diameter circle sized set pieces that we built and like put on casters and put on like a pivot so that it could rotate on stage.
Yeah.
Like it was crazy. We had to build all the walls like sound enough that they wouldn't fall apart whenever you turned it. Like it was crazy.
Yep.
But on the instead of using legs, which is those like curtains that just cover the backstage, our director really wanted these giant brick veneer walls.
Oh my god. Yes. I forgot about this part. Holy shit.
And so and I wasn't here when I built these walls. Like I physically built the walls, but I didn't put them together.
Oh, I love this story so much.
So all of the walls are built in like a 4x8 like functionality kind of like base. So each individual wall is 4x8, like a 4 foot by 8 foot wall. And I wasn't here when they put these together because I had dislocated my kneecap, so I wasn't able to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I was still the construction crew head, but I had a dislocated kneecap, so I wasn't there all the time to help.
Yep.
And what they did was to get these giant brick veneers, which is what Coach wanted. Like I would have done it too, but I just wasn't here when it was done.
Yep.
We took 4 4x8 walls and like stacked them and put them together to make 2 8x16-foot walls.
No. It was we had the 4x8s and then we put like another like I think it was like a 4x2. I think it was supposed to be like a 4x10 wall.
No, it wasn't a 4x2. It was.
Am I thinking of a different one?
Yeah, you're thinking of a different wall. This was an 8 foot by 16.
I'm thinking of the dentist office. You're talking about the shop, aren't you?
No, these aren't the rotating platforms. These are the sides, the things that like framed them.
Yeah, I forgot. I thought you were talking about the dentist shop.
No, those were 4x10s.
Oh, which is that
is what that is. It's the same story. I just think you misunderstood like which one it was.
Okay.
So it's these 2 giant like 8x16-foot walls that basically are held up with nothing more than gravity and a single 2x4 that is like put up against it, screwed in, and then screwed to the floor.
Oh yeah, I am thinking of a different story. Yep, go ahead.
You'll have to tell that one because this is the only one
I know which one you're talking about now, but I'm thinking of one that's very similar. But it was those ones we put up like the small like 4x2s or whatever.
Yeah.
And they were literally held in with 2 screws into the base or whatever. And then you took one of them out and the other one wasn't really in, so you picked it up and it just fell on on someone. It just drops. I thought that's what you were telling. I forgot about this story. Holy shit, this one's good.
This one's even worse.
It's so much funnier.
So we, at this point, like I've given you the imagery of this ginormous wall towering above us, held in with nothing more than like 7 screws attached to the floor. We've taken out the rotating like quarter circles from the stage. So the only thing left on the stage are these 2 massive veneer walls. And so what we do is the only thing I could do, the only way it would work. We had 3 ladders. It was just 4 of us working at this point. It was just 4 people trying to take down this, like all of these things. And we had 3 ladders. We had a 12-foot, a 10-foot, and a 6-foot.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a construction crew head, and I had 3 underlings.
Yep, me.
I don't know that you weren't actually a part of this.
I wasn't a part of I wasn't actually a part of construction crew, but I did help during the deconstruction.
Yeah, but not this particular wall. This particular wall, it was only me, Anna, Beth, and then...
No, I was on the other side of the wall when it fell.
Okay. No, you weren't. It was a different guy. I remember his face.
Maybe I was right next to Coach, and I witnessed it.
That's probably what it was.
I thought I was like right under it.
No. Because remember, coach was like, "Everybody okay?" And I was like,
Yes.
"Yeah, I'm fine." So to try to get these ginormous walls down, I put my 3 underlings because I wanted them to be safe on the ladders on the 3 sides of the wall that the wall wasn't going to be laid down on because we couldn't safely get the wall off of the other wall. So we were just going to lower the entire wall structure down and then take it apart from there. Okay.
Mhm.
So we unscrewed like all the walls from the floor, get rid of all the supports. So we're just holding these walls together.
Yep.
Unbeknownst to me, I won't say her name.
No, name dropper. Name dropper.
Anna.
Yep. I knew it.
She took out a few more screws than I expected. And basically what had happened was that the upper walls, like the upper 2 walls of the 4-wall structure, were not screwed together with enough screws anymore.
Yep.
Like they were held together by like 2 screws, like sideways. So I'm like, okay, let's start to lower this thing. So they're all on ladders on the 3 sides that the wall isn't coming towards. And I am on the side that the wall is falling towards, holding the 2x4 that is screwed to it.
Yep.
So I'm gonna be like putting all the weight on my end to lower it down slowly to keep all of my underlings safe because I didn't want them to get hurt. Because if we're doing something stupid, like I'm the only one that should get hurt for doing something stupid.
Yeah. Yep.
So we start to lower this wall, and it seems to be going well. I'm absolutely dandy, smile on my face, happiness, sunshine,
I quickly changed.
rainbows. And there was a moment of realization where you hear that crack, where the screws that were holding the upper 2 walls together break off from each other. And then because they break off from each other, they also break off from the lower walls. So now the lower walls are still lashed together. They're falling shy of me. I'm farther out than them. But the upper walls, the ones that have more velocity, like coming down, are in free fall, straight at me, broadside. And they're falling fast enough, and they were at a low enough like area that I had 0% chance of escaping. Like I did not stand a chance of getting out of there alive. But I'm still holding this 2x4. So these walls are free falling towards me. They're both I have 8 feet. Like I have 4 feet on either side of me where wall is going to be in the very near future.
Yep.
And so as they're falling, and a fucking absolute game time decision, fucking Lombardi trophy on the line, fucking effort.
Yep.
I push up on the 2x4, and so now one wall is falling flat towards me, and one wall is now facing vertically. So there's a 2-foot gap in between these 2 walls now that I've made by putting the 2x4, and I fucking turn sideways, cross my arms on my chest like a fucking mummy, and these walls crash on either side of me. And they didn't just crash. As they hit the ground, these walls literally exploded.
Yeah, they were, it was destruction everywhere.
There were wood chips everywhere. They fucking exploded because they were 1x4s.
Yeah.
They weren't 2x4s. It was 1x4s.
Mm-hmm.
And they had giant Luan on the front.
Oh my
to
god.
give them so they had a little bit of weight to them.
Yeah.
So if I didn't have that 2x4 in my hand, the only option I would have had would have been to get to one of the areas where there weren't connecting cross beams and to try to punch my way through the Luan and that is connected by staples.
Yeah. Bro would have died. I'm telling you right now, we would have lost Grant that day if he did not have that 2x4. This podcast would not exist if he did not have that 2x4. It was honestly the most clutch moment of your life.
That was probably the scariest moment of my life because I was literally brought to my knees. after the walls had fallen and I like was okay with nothing more than like a scratch on my leg, and my heart was pounding. I literally I had to kneel down. My hands were like I looked like I had fucking Parkinson's. My hands were shaking so bad. I did not do any more work that day.
No.
I was done.
I saw Grant walk out of there like horrified. He was visibly shaken by the near death experience, which anyone would be. But like I've never that was probably the lowest I've no, I can't say it's the lowest. We've had some serious talks. That was probably one of the like most like Grant's always been my mentor, and like he's probably been like the person I look up to most in life. I'll be honest. He's literally been like the big brother to me. He's taught me a lot of what I am today. But at that moment, I have never seen him so scared before. Like seeing him that scared, like literally made me terrified. Cause it was like, oh damn, dude, like he almost died. I could have lost my best friend here.
I probably wouldn't have died, but it definitely would have fucking hurt.
Dude, it was gonna land straight on your fucking head. You would have got a concussion, and you probably would have been bleeding. Like your skull probably would have been cracked.
I probably would have been bleeding. I don't know about cracked. I'm a pretty tough cookie.
I don't know.
Hate to be that guy. How long are we planning this episode to be? God
Oh,
damn.
we're an hour and a half, but don't worry. We're gonna cut it off soon. I have one more story I want to tell.
I'm like, I'm just gonna let you guys do your thing. I ain't got nothing to contribute right now.
Yeah.
No, I'm a reckless fellow, but that was pretty reckless.
So have we actually talked about the box story in Little Shop on this podcast before?
I don't think so.
Okay. So basically there was this one scene where I'm the puppeteer there, so I'm controlling the plant. So I am like in this little what do you call it? Counter, I guess, right? I'm laying down in this counter, this little contraption they made for me. And right above me is a window, right? So the character is supposed to pull down this curtain and it stays closed so I can get out on the next, like, in between scenes and change into the next costume that's like a 10-15 minutes after that scene, right?
Yeah.
No, probably more like 10 minutes after that scene. So it's a time rush because it takes like probably 3 or 4 minutes to actually change. So he closes it, it snaps back up. And I'm thinking, fuck, what was that? Right? Because I'm directly under him. I can't see what's going on. I can just hear it. So I hear him go up for it again later on in that scene. Snaps back up. And I'm like, oh god, that's the window, isn't it? And I have that realization, I'm like, I have to get out in the next 2 minutes. Right? And so he goes off, right, into the next scene, and they close it. So another character goes up to close the thing, it snaps back up. Right? So they send another character, and he is too short for this. So he's like almost jumping for it, and I'm thinking, Grant, I need you to come and do this, but I know you can't. Right?
Because here's the thing, we're supposed to wear all black,
yeah.
But I'm that guy. Like, I'm that guy. I don't. I wear like a black sweatshirt and then like shorts.
Yeah.
Because I'm a king.
Yeah. So anyway, right.
Because I'm a king.
So I'm peeking my head out of this box barely. And I'm like, guys, get me the fuck out of here. And all I'm seeing from Grant and someone else go, get the fuck down. And I'm like, oh shit, this is serious. I'm like, guys. And like they go up for again, snaps back up. I'm like, guys, I have like 5 minutes before I have to get on. It takes like 3 minutes to get changed. Get me out of here now. Right? Like this is a rush time. You have to get this closed in the next attempt, otherwise we are fucked, right? Thankfully, they get it closed. The next attempt. But it takes a while, right? So I have like 3 minutes to change and get out there.
Why it took so long for someone to just like, instead of just trying to snap it closed really fast, just hold it for a little bit?
Yeah, thank you! No, but Trace was like, snap, and then starts walking off. It's like, and then he's like, oh, I gotta wait a few minutes before I actually go and do it again so they don't get suspicious. It's like, no, I don't care if they act suspicious. Get me the fuck out of here, otherwise the next scene is fucking ruined, right? There's gonna be a talking plant and no plant.
Literally. So, the voice of God.
Yeah.
Deus Ex Machina.
So anyway, he finally gets me out, right? And now we have 3 minutes before the next scene, and it takes me like 3 minutes to change. So I am like sprinting. I put the pants on backwards. Don't give a fuck at this point, right? Keep in mind, this is our only show night that this happens. So anyway, I'm going. I get changed, and they have to. I have to sit down or whatever, and they have to actually bring out some of the stuff I have to sit on or whatever, and put stuff over me while I sit down. So we're at such a crunch time. They put the shit over me, and as they are sprinting off of the rotating thing, it is moving into the next scene. So it is moving while they are running off, and they barely just get there in time so that not be seen by the audience. It was such a crunch time thing. Like like that. It was so scary. But then we fucking killed it. And then later that show, there's a part where I eat this one character. And so I have to snap off these bands, like they're holding this, like, okay, so this the largest one is like 90 fucking pounds plus, right? And it's just all on my shoulders, and I'm having to do curls with like half the weight. I like to move the mouth, like I literally have to hold my arms straight for like 30 minutes, and I do curls with it to get it to move the mouth and talk, right? And the only thing keeping them up, other than like my arms, which is already heavy enough, is like two straps. Like two like bungee cords or whatever. So it's like a lot of shoulder pressure. So I have to snap them off to open the mouth long enough so she can actually crawl under my legs. First off, the thing that she needed to crawl under my legs and go into to get backstage, they forgot to I don't know, open it so she could actually get out. So keep in mind,
Austin was just straddling this poor woman.
So keep in mind, she is like her face and my balls are probably like 2 inches away from each other. Right? And keep in mind, I've been sweating my ass off in this thing, so she's probably got like the worst thing going on right now. She's probably dying. But anyway, so I'm like, she's still sitting in here, but I need to snap these things on. So her legs are preventing me from snapping it up, but I still had to try, so I'm like lifting it up and I'm trying to get these shits on, and her legs are just there. She's kind of like dangling there, just like trying not to like nut tap me while I'm trying to get these things on. I finally throw one on, and I was able to throw the other one on, but it looked like the jaw, I just like got lockjaw or whatever. It like stuck sideways, like I had a stroke face.
The stroke face.
I finally get the other one on, and then she's able to get out, like just in time, and I start talking again. But like, it was probably such a funny picture, because if I'm picturing it right from the outside, you could probably like see her legs just dangling as I'm talking. So, it was such a funny. The show night was such a disaster, but it was so funny. We killed it still.
Dude, you know what the best part of theater is?
What?
It's the only place in the world where it's acceptable to leave children unattended with power tools.
Yeah.
Not wrong. He's not wrong.
Oh my god. Okay. One
I
last
had
story.
14-year-olds running the chop saw.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
and I
remember-
was like yelling at them for not knowing how to do it.
Hey Grant, should we talk about the jigsaw incident?
Dude. You're so dumb.
So
Like, it's actually unbelievable. Dude. Bro's watching Saw in the background. What is going on?
a car with a shitbox just drove by me. We'll cut that part out.
Good old 2-cycle Steve.
No, actually we might not cut that out. I just want to keep that part out. Anyway, so freshman year, I didn't know. No, it was sophomore year. Sorry, I didn't know how to use a jigsaw before. I've never used it, and coach gives me this thing. He's like, okay, you use this. You cut this OSB board. So I start cutting. I'm like, huh, this feeling a little tougher than it was a minute ago. I was cutting into the fucking table.
Our shop table.
Our shop table.
Okay.
We built everything on.
Yeah.
So now, keep in mind, right? This is my favorite part of the whole story. Grant's like, who was the fucking idiot that did this? Like a week later after he noticed it, and I had already forgotten that I did it. So I am roasting this guy too. I'm like, yeah, what fucking idiot that cut into this table? Who would do something like that? And then on like during our senior year, I'm like, wait, I had that realization. Like, wait, I was the fucking idiot. So I told him during our senior year at the end, like right before he was about to leave.
Yeah.
He
I
forgot
didn't
about
remember this.
he forgot about this until the summer, and I told him again. And bro, the look on his face when we were eating dinner and he was taking a bite, and I told him this, and he just stops chewing. Like as he has the fork in his mouth, he just stops and looks at me. He's like, "Are you fucking kidding me? That was you?" I'm like,
Dude,
I told you
whenever-
this.
Dude, your sophomore year, it was like a team, like, dude, fucking whenever you were like, yeah, who's the idiot? It's like a team, it's like the Team Fortress 2 clip where it's
Yes.
like, he could be in this very room.
No. It's
Dear
worse.
God.
Dear God, yeah. So anyway, the last story I want to tell before we wrap this up is my last show. Right, it was my senior year. I did it for the God, what was it? I don't remember the show that we did, but I did Sound Crew.
Don't
So
talk
sound-
about my senior speech.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh, dude, that was like it was kind of kind, but at the same time, like I called people out so bad.
I was about to call people out, but I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I've already burnt so many bridges. Let's just be nice to you guys. I should have burnt the bridges. Piper did. She fucking went ham on Emma. Emma wasn't there, but oh my god, she lit into Emma.
Well, dude, I basically said like, yeah, I love it here, but like, you people are insufferable.
Yeah.
I literally like I told everyone like in the theater department, I was like, I love it here, but like,
No.
you guys are killing this organization.
Yeah, no, here's what I said, right? I basically, I'm like, hey, coach, earmuffs, right? He put his hands over his ears the entire speech, because like, I kind of like didn't want him to hear it. I'm like, okay. So, the start of the show, up until about 2 nights ago, was a fucking shit show. You guys were butchering it, right? And they were like, oh my god. And I'm like, but, I've been watching these past few nights now, and the amount of changes happened in the past 2 days is astronomical. You guys are fucking killing it now. Like, they did a really good job, because they went from like being on the book 2 days before the final show, or for the first show, to just like improving some stuff and just killing it.
Don't even get me started on fucking not memorizing lines.
No, I won't. We won't go down that rabbit hole. But anyway,
I was around for Anatomy of Grey.
Yeah, but like it was pretty bad. But I was like, I'm actually really proud of you guys.
I was
And
around for Crucible.
I actually made some of them cry by saying that, because like, here's the thing, me and Grant were like not liked in theater because we were
Okay, hold on.
okay. I was disliked extremely in theater because
Let's rear this back a little bit.
yeah,
I was very well liked in the crew,
in the crew.
and I was mostly well liked amongst the more rational cast members.
Yeah.
I was disliked by a few of the cast members,
A few
namely the ones who were
bitchy,
bitchy,
idiotic.
idiotic. That could be
People
that
who
could be a word.
couldn't tell their left from the right. Yeah, those kind of people. Anyway, we're not going to go too much into it, but basically,
The people who didn't like me couldn't tie their shoes. We'll leave it at that.
yeah, they used Velcro. So the people who didn't like me was pretty much 99% of them, right? I had Grant and I had 2 other friends in there. Everyone else hated me.
And I was already gone.
Yeah, because here's the thing, right? Grant, he was the type of no bullshit, but I'll still care for you. I was the type of no bullshit. If you're in my way, I'm telling you get the fuck out of the way because I don't have time to deal with your shit, right? Like by my junior year and senior year, I was so fucking done with everyone that at this point I was just like, they're like, oh my god, this person's being such a bitch. I'm like, okay. I went up to that person. I'm like, hey, quit being a fucking asshole to everyone. Learn your fucking place. You are not above anyone else in here. That little title that gives you so said power or whatever doesn't actually fucking exist. Because guess what? I guarantee 90% of these people here don't respect you, and I am one of them. Like, I actually, Izzy, I actually said that to her.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because she was on a major power trip, and
I believe it.
I'm just like, okay, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna learn to shut the fuck up and mind your own damn business. Because if you don't, you and I are gonna have a problem, and everyone's gonna have a fucking problem if I'm involved, right? Because I was the type of like, I will get everyone involved at that shit.
Austin's a drag you down with him kind of guy.
Yeah, I'm like, if I'm going down, you're going down further.
He's like Hercules, like whenever Hercules dives in the Ripper, Austin would have tied a rope to Hades' ankle whenever he dived in.
Yeah.
He's the drag you down kind of guy.
Yeah, I am. I'm a very vengeful spirit, you know.
Yeah. Beyond the grave type shit.
Yeah,
When it
beyond
comes
the
to
grave.
Austin.
Yeah, but anyway, so yeah, I wasn't very well liked at that point.
Okay.
Right.
The difference between me and Austin is I'm
You
caring.
Yeah.
I'm caring, but I have a motto that a bitter truth is better than a sweet lie.
Yeah.
Austin doesn't give a shit.
I did not. Here's the thing: my junior and senior year, I literally lost the will to give a fuck. I was at that point where I'm like, I am not here for you anymore. Y'all have been nothing but assholes to me the entire time. So if you expect me to be to kiss your ass the entire time, you can go fuck yourselves. Because I will literally put a boot up your ass the second you even look at me the wrong way. Right? I was taking no shit at that point.
And I just never interacted with the people that everyone who hated Austin that he interacted with. I just didn't interact with those people.
It wasn't even that I didn't try to interact with. It was like they literally would approach me half the time.
Well, I'll tell you what. No one in my grade was willing to tell me what to do, and no one below me. I don't think anyone below me had the guts to try to tell me what to do.
People would try to tell me what to do sometimes until I chewed them out and finally told them to learn their damn place. Because I would have people like Izzy or like Paint Crew try and tell me how I need to be cutting something, and I'm like, I'm sorry, but you literally can barely hold a brush. How the fuck are you just handle power tools? Literally. I guarantee I can get the shit done twice as fast as you two, and it'll be more sturdy. I'm well aware I am not the most street smart when it comes to power tools like that, but I am still smarter than someone who literally changed their name to Bunny. All right, I don't want to fucking hear it.
I was.
No.
Incorrect.
Incorrect.
If y'all think that's incorrect, you haven't met me.
Bro.
No. Okay.
Bro.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe
No.
Okay, that's fair.
No, Mason.
That's fair.
Mason.
I can see why Mason would be down with that.
I
can give you your OnlyFans.
Here. Yep. Okay, here's the thing, Mason, right? Irredeemable too. Irredeemable.
How so?
Grant, should we go into this or should we just say it after the podcast?
We'll do it after.
Yeah. After.
No point in dragging everyone down.
I like it though. Anyway, so the final story I've been trying to get to, I did sound crew my senior year, right? And so we had this thing where we had to run down and come out on stage, and there's this little booth that we'd have to run into. So the first dress rehearsal or whatever, I came in sprinting, and it was like a fucking bowling ball and a bunch of pins. I actually I slid in, hit one person, and everyone started falling over.
Oh my god!
Like a domino effect. And then the second night, it was the actual show night or whatever, right? I ran in. I was a little bit late, so I came sliding in, and everyone's already out there. And you just see me fucking Tom Cruise in what's that one movie called where he's in his tidy whities and just the button-down shirt.
Oh.
I can't remember the name. Anyway,
I know what you. Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, that movie. I come sliding in like that, and I have this look of panic. I'm like, oh, they can see me. So I start strutting out there, right? Just keep going with it, and walk straight out into the fucking middle, like a true champion.
Fire.
Oh, it was so funny.
Oh, dude. Oh, no, I was. That's the difference between Austin and I.
Too, yeah.
I was like the Ron Swanson of the theater department. And Austin was like Davy Jones.
No, you were okay. You were the father of the group, right? You were the guy who's no bullshit, but if you actually do need help, I will help you, right? I was the type of
Ron Swanson.
Yeah, I was the type of person where it's fuck you, but if you need help, find someone else, because you've been nothing but a bitch to me. Why should I even give you the courtesy of even saying hi to you? Here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? People were actually dicks to me in theater, for a while, because just a bunch of different reasons. We'll cover this after the podcast. But
I was well liked.
I was not. Okay, here's the thing. I think Grant, you weren't well liked. I think you were just respected.
I mean, I don't know that there's not a whole lot of overlap there.
I was not either in theater, right? Which is fair for them, because I really didn't be myself around them, because they were two-faced people. Literally every single one of them. They didn't deserve to get to know me in my opinion. There was actually one person who was like literally, or another one of my friends there. Her father had died during call-outs or whatever,
Oh god.
so she couldn't make it, right? And so this one bitch got the part. A week later, like right after the funeral, that same bitch told that friend whose father just died, "I'm glad your father died so that I could get this part."
I was born to play this role.
And then she hits us with the fucking sob story of the century.
Oh yes, I
Every
remember this.
freaking senior speech. And I'm not sure if it was Piper or someone else, but someone else yelled out on the second one, "We didn't believe you the first time, we're not going to believe you on the second one."
I'm not gonna lie. That's the thing. Like the people who didn't like you, most like actually kind of liked me. Like Emma. Emma liked me. Like the one you're talking. She liked
But
me.
Emma,
She didn't like me for a really long time. By the end of senior year, she had come around.
I'm pretty sure the only people who actually liked me were you, Aaliyah, Piper, and Tristan.
Oh yeah, Tristan liked me. Hey,
Dude.
Tristan's doing well.
Yeah,
He's in
me
New
and,
York.
Tristan, me and Tristan got in an argument a while ago, but like we're not like we're so friendly. We haven't talked in a while though.
Yeah,
But me and Seb had a huge falling out.
Seb.
Sebi.
Oh, dude, all that shit he posted on Snapchat, it's whack.
Dude, it was so bad. I'm like, I finally called
Me
him out one
too.
day, right? I finally called him
Yeah,
out one
I did
day,
too,
and he just
yeah.
fucking blew up. And
Yeah,
like we
it's
just finally
fair.
blocked each other. He was such a nice guy in person, but
Oh,
the
yeah.
second he fucking like got on Snapchat, bro was like a keyboard warrior. It was so bad.
It was crazy. Like in person, he wouldn't talk about anything like that.
No,
But the second he thought he could get away,
he had some
Like-
brass balls on Snap.
oh yeah, it was crazy.
I got sick of that shit real quick. And Aaliyah did the same shit for a bit until I started doing it too, but the other way. And oh, bro, that shut her down so quickly.
I never dignified people by doing it. I always just told them they were stupid, and then they yelled at me and called me racist.
See, here's the thing, right?
That was my favorite thing, Mason. Mason? Do you remember, like way back when like the little kid who was like a model for Old Navy had a shirt that said like strongest monkey in the jungle or something like that.
Oh
Something,
my god.
something like that.
I do not.
I don't remember that either.
Okay, it was just like it was like Daddy's little monkey or something like that.
God,
Just
like-
some shit, yeah.
It was totally unintentional, pure coincidence. Like my nickname is Monkey to my dad. Like my dad calls me Monkey. Like that's a common nickname for kids, especially who wants to like climb around and shit. So
my dad calls me an asshole. So
fair enough. No, so it was obviously pure coincidence. No company in their right mind would sabotage themselves by doing that.
It's pretty bad.
It was clearly unintentional. But people, just like you expect on the internet, flock to it like fucking children to candy. They couldn't control themselves, and
That's
they
pretty bad.
fucking God knows they couldn't think rationally about it.
They never can.
So they were like, "This is so racist," and I was like, "Think just for a second that maybe, just maybe, it was a coincidence," and
Poorly thought out.
they would fucking explode.
A coincidence? Yeah, fucking right.
No, I
No,
remember
it probably was. Like I wholeheartedly believe that it was just a legitimate accident, and like nobody like it was unintentional.
Yeah.
But people fucking exploded over it.
it was pretty bad. Anyway, I think we should start wrapping this up and just because I gotta get going to go play pool with a friend because it's already 1 a.m. But yeah, this is an hour. Oh my god, it's an hour and 40 minutes long. Holy shit!
Yeah.
I know how much you love,
This is good-
touching
this-
sticks with touching balls with sticks and things like that. So I'll let you get on your way.
Hey, bro, I'll love it. Anyway,
I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Not the only thing I'm loving.
Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. We might do a part 2 of this next time. I think. I feel like we should do a part 2 of this because we have so many more stories.
Oh, dude, it's like an endless supply.
It's an endless supply. I think we should do a part 2. Let
So I get
let us know in the
episode
comments. Actually, this isn't gonna even come out by the time we're gonna be able to record the next one. Yeah, let us know in the comments below if you want to see a second one. because we got plenty more shit to keep going, bro. We're just adding fuel to the fire. Also, let us know in the comments. Okay, so if you're listening on Spotify, check me out on Twitter. Just at me or whatever. Let me know. If you're watching on YouTube, just listening on YouTube, just put it in the comments. Let me know how you like this new format we're doing instead of game showing, just doing story time.
Hit me up. Give me your line.
Let us know your feedback on this because we really like this new kind of thing. I think it's a lot of fun. We have a lot of stories like this that we can keep going on for days for, and we just want to know if you guys are enjoying it. If you're not, we'll switch it up a bit here and there, and try and get some more people on and go back to some game show kind of things. But I'm really enjoying the story time. I think I like the game show aspect to it, but I think the story times, especially some of these good stories, they really just like are really good.
They're goated. They're just fun to talk about.
Yeah,
Corked
exactly.
up white boy, goated with the sauce.
It's nice to reminisce.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like sitting by a bonfire, drinking, just kind of like chatting with your buddies, reminiscing on old times.
And that was just about theater.
Yeah, that was just about. We have oh my god, dude!
You should hear some of the Boy Scout stories.
Oh, dude, I have so many other stories from just like childhood in general, and like we have so many. You and I have just so many stories of just fucked up shit we did.
And I'm just here. Hi,
and
my
Mason's
name's
just
Mason.
yeah. Mason's
Have you
just
ever been not included?
Dude, hey, buddy, just come to where we're at, and we'll make some memories together. Hey, I've already told Grant this. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, right? If I get married and all three of us are still good friends, you two will both be the best men. And if one of you does want to be the best man, you can be the fucking officiator or whatever it's called.
Now, one of us will handle the bachelor party.
I don't know what it's called, bro.
Handle the wedding.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Anyway, thank you all for listening. This has been an amazing night. I literally have tears streaming down my face. Pretty much half this episode, right?
I've been drinking. Whoa.
Yeah. But anyway, thank you all for listening so much. Hope you guys have been enjoying this. If you haven't, well, I'm sorry. Maybe there's a new podcast.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
fuck you.
We're enjoying this. If you are enjoying this, please recommend it to your friends. Share it. Get us out there. Especially get us out there on Spotify. Because we are halfway there to being able to sponsor this, which means we can make better content and really just hit it hard for you guys. And I would really appreciate it. I mean, even the YouTube is blowing up too, so thank you all for that so much.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, we love y'all. We really do. Thank you for listening to us three shitheads for every Monday or whatever day you're listening to it. It comes out on Monday, so I just assume Monday. Whenever you're listening to it, thank you for listening. We love y'all. So, everybody, have a great night, and enjoy the rest of your week. We'll see you next week.
Peace.